Just a few days after their primaries, the APC and the PDP are in war of words. As the APC accused the PDP of hiring thugs for the election, the PDP react right here on the program. And the PDP Governors Forum Director General, Mr. Naiwo Osaro, has dumped the PDP and has moved on to the All Progressive Grand Alliance, ABGA. He has since picked up a governorship nomination form to run in the Edo governorship race. We speak to him on his intentions right on the air on the program. And that's our focus. Many thanks for joining in, everyone. I'm Seun Kimbale, and you're watching Politics Today right here on Channels Television. We're reaching you from our global headquarters in Lagos. Well, it is getting hot and tougher by the day. As it appears, the atmosphere is set for a fierce political battle in Nigeria. The executive and the legislature are now officially up against one another. At least, that is what the body language is telling us for now. For example, today, members of the People's Democratic Party and the Senate threatened to stop all forms of cooperation with the APC-led government if the executive does not stop harassing its members across the country. Members of the caucus condemn in totality the plot to remove the leadership of the Senate. Addressing reporters in Abuja, the head of the caucus, Senator Emmanuel Bocha, alleged that the present administration's anti-corruption war is lopsided. Well, and to what also may look like a face-off between the two arms of government politically is what is happening now, what has happened today on the floor of the Senate as the ambassadorial nomination list sent to the Senate by the president has hit a roadblock. The screening of 47 ambassadorial nominees at the Senate has been put on hold following what the federal lawmakers call irregularities in the nomination process. The Senate suspended the screening following a motion moved by Senator Joshua Dariye of Plateau State on the matters of urgent national importance, alleging the non-inclusion of the names of competent persons from his constituent. The Senate, after deliberation, summoned the Minister of Foreign Affairs to appear before it to explain the lopsided nomination and report to the upper legislative chamber in 1 week. And well, now, let's now begin with some other top political stories we're following right now.
Channels Television. Here are your top political stories this time.
The PDP and the APC may have concluded their primaries and their flag bearers known. The coming days will be critical in the political atmosphere of the state. But leaders of the party and governors of Ebonyi and Edo states are advocating maturity and peaceful conduct of the campaigns by all the contenders. The Ebonyi State Governor who chaired the PDP primaries visited the Edo State Governor, where both men agreed that what is needed is politics of ideas.
We should play politics of maturity, politics of decency, and to know that the interests of our country should come first before the party.
Politics of ideas. I pray that our democracy continue to grow from strength to strength. And we emphasize more on issues rather than persons, and across political divide, we build friendship.
As most of Nigerian 36 states are battling to solve the economic riddle dictated by the dwindling price of oil and sharp fall in the federal allocation, some of the governors are explaining the rationale behind the new round of bailouts by the federal government. The governor of Akwa Ibom State, Udom Emmanuel, says the fund is meant to augment the budget of the states.
What the federal government is doing is telling the state, look, we have a line. You can draw on this line to implement your budget, pending when we finish all the reconciliations, and then what is due to or from can easily be established. So it is actually called a budget support facility.
And the effect of the economic hard times in Nigeria, which has caused the rampant labor agitation, is what the Ondo State Governor, Dr. Olusegun Mimiko, is battling to resolve in his domain. The governor has again appealed to the striking workers in the state to go back to work in the interest of the public and the economy of the state. Governor Mimiko made the appeal while addressing the workers of the state from level 1 and 17 at the International Events Center in Akure, the Ondo State capital, towards resolving the 3-week industrial action by the workers.
My plea to you, let us get back to normal. Let us push this out.
And the screening of 47 ambassadorial nominees at the Senate has been put on hold following what the federal lawmakers call irregularities in the nomination process. The Senate suspended the screening following a motion moved by Senator Joshua Dariye under matters of urgent national importance, alleging the non-inclusion of the names of competent persons from his constituency. The Senate, after deliberation, summoned the Minister of Foreign Affairs to appear before its Committee on Foreign Affairs to explain the lopsided nomination and report to the upper legislative chamber in 1 week.
And you're up to date. Those are your top political stories you need to know.
Thank you so much for staying with us. Let's now go to one of our major stories of the day. We all followed it. We saw what happened over the weekend and on Monday in Edo State as a political atmosphere in that state has been sparked up right now. What has happened is that the candidates of the APC and the PDP have emerged. We now know them, Mr. Obaseki and Mr. Izeyamo, the candidates of the party. Few days after they emerged, the two parties are now in words. The APC today held a press conference saying the PDP is importing thugs for the governorship race in the state. Well, let's hear what the APC means by this and the implication of this for them.
It's on record that the governor of Delta State, Senator Ifeanyi Okowa, has repeatedly said on the newspaper that PDP will win this state. And so by the time we comprehend that statement vis-a-vis what is happening in those fringe villages around Delta, we can put 1 + 1 together to, balance the equation that perhaps they want to deploy every means, to ensure that the PDP railroad itself into governance in Edo State. We are calling on Edo people, both in Benin City, Edo Central, Edo North, to be very vigilant, of this untoward intention to import, fake voters into their domain. The government of Edo State has also informed the security agencies of this very development, very unsavory development, in a manner that will put them in check.
Kasim Afegbua, chieftain of the APC in Edo State. We'll talk more about this, but we'll take a moment. And when we come back, the spokesperson of the PDP in Edo State, Mr. Chris Nahikare, is already standing by to talk to us on what the implication of the tense atmosphere in Edo politics means. That's next. Join us again.